If you are pale like me, or regular girl white, as you might call it, and you want to contour and be chiseled to the gods, but you also don't want to look like an Oompa Loompa, then keep on watching because I've got 5 recommendations for you from my own personal experience. Hello beautiful people, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Hi, my name is Mia and this is my virtual vanity, a place where we both love makeup and we're quite critical of it. And today I am talking makeup that I love, aka 5 contouring products that I found worked well on my skin tone. So if you have a similar skin tone to mine, aka on the paler side, not deathly pale, but a bit whiter than most, with cool or pinkish undertones, these might work very well for you. As a reference, I do not know what my MAC foundation is, but I do use the Becca Aqualuminous foundation in Porcelain, and I'm usually the lightest shade in all foundations, bar that I find one with a rose undertone, aka a cool undertone. So I would probably peg myself at an NW20, I think that's what it is called. So cool undertone on the lighter side of the spectrum in the MAC foundation chart thingy. Let's get talking about contouring. Now, 2 of these I have in my collection. The other 3 I don't have anymore because I do try to finish stuff up and rotate them and not have too much of a category that isn't eyeshadow and blush and stuff that doesn't allow me to get creative with it in my collection. Okay, let's get started. So the one that is my holy grail, my best of best, is the NYX Taupe blush. It's not a blush, it's completely a contour product. It leans a bit cooler, but it's still quite neutral. It's not quite ashy, it's more of a very cool brown. This is it. As you can see, it's gotten quite a bit of love. It got chipped here, but it's got quite a dip. I have been using this non-stop for like 3 months, so I think I'm going to maybe hit pan in like, what, a year? Let me swatch it real quick for you. This is how it looks swatched. As you can see, a cool toned brown, but nothing too ashy. I find that it is quite powdery, but it blends well. It can be easily built up to, depending on how much you push the bristles of the brush into the product. That depends on how dark or light it can get. You can use the lightest hand to make it barely noticeable, or you can really just go all in with the blush and deposit a large amount on it on your cheekbones. I particularly like it because it is very easy to fade out, so it gives you a lot of room for error if you put on too much. Then all you need to do is buff it out with a clean, puffy brush and you're good to go. My second recommendation is a newer purchase. This is the Revolution Renaissance Bronze and Glow. Now this could work as a bronzer. Yes, it is a bit warmer toned than NYX, but I do like to use it as a contour because I prefer shimmery bronzes. So as you can see, this is the swatch. It is a bit lighter and a bit warmer, but not by much, with the NYX. So if you are a bit paler than me, this might work better than the NYX Taupe. You also get a highlighting shade, which I'm not that thrilled about, to be completely honest. I feel it kind of enhances the texture that I have, but I do think that maybe I need a different brush for it, so I will give it another go. This is also quite powdery. This tends to get patchy if you use too much. So what I do suggest is, if you want a more strong effect, just build it up one brush stroke at a time. So you grab just a little bit of it on your brush, you apply it, and then if you want a bigger effect, like a more powerful contoured effect, you grab another part of it and you apply it again under the cheekbone. The other recommendations that I have are 3 items that I no longer have in my collection, either because I used them up or because I decluttered them because they lost their performance after a certain amount of time. My third recommendation is the Sephora blush in Tranquil. I've used this years ago while I was in college. It's quite similar to NYX Taupe, but grayer, so a lot cooler tone. The tone of it, like the depth of the color, is quite the same, as is it is not much darker or much lighter than the NYX one. I hear it's been discontinued. I don't know, because I have not repurchased it yet, nor had a desire to, because I wanted to try other stuff. But they have like repackaged it, and it is available, as far as I know, in Sephora US. I have checked in the Sephora in Romania and it's not there yet, but you never know when it might appear, because things here come by like slower than in the US and completely random. Like, I don't know when the hell they show up, but somehow they end up doing so. The fourth recommendation is one that I've decluttered a few months ago, I think. I can't recall if I still had it when I started my YouTube channel, but I know for sure that last winter I was still using it. And that is the Catrice Prime and Fine Contour Kit. The highlight I have completely ignored. It's very powdery, very sheer, like not even good for a subtle highlight. But the contour part of it, I really did have a good time with it. Now, this is NYX Taupe. How the fuck do you pronounce that? This is NYX Taupe. The Catrice one is warmer and it's a bit deeper. So a bit darker, a bit warmer. It does tend to sheer out easily. It doesn't apply patchy. That isn't powdery. I find the NYX one to be a bit powdery than the Catrice one. However, most importantly, it does lose performance quite quickly. After 1 year or so of use, less than a year, it started applying unevenly, becoming more and more patchy, less powdery. So if you want something that you want to use for the long run and possibly pan, then that is not it. Unless you very heavily contour, you will not be able to hit pan on that thing before the formula changes, because I did use that single thing every single day. Every single day I was using it, and I did not hit pan until the formula changed. My final recommendation is the Sleek Contour Kit. And you would think I would say fair, but no, you're wrong. The Sleek Contour Kit in medium. Now, why do I say in medium? The medium contouring shade is much cooler than the fair one. The fair one is a bronzer. It is darker than all of the ones I've shown here, but still very easy to use for fair skin. I nabbed this one from a friend while I was sleeping over at her place and used it to put my makeup on in the morning. Yeah, I know, we are unsanitary, but give us a break. And it did show up quite nicely. However, I found it a bit hard to control and hard to blend. I really needed to use a light hand. So if you don't use a light hand and you like a heavier contour, then that might not be for you. Overall, my favorites out of all of these are NYX Taupe, this thing, and the Renaissance from Makeup Revolution, the Renaissance Bronzing Glow. But I do hope that these recommendations help you a bit in your quest for fair, skin-friendly contour shades. Yeah, this video was short and sweet. That was it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye!